And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Song 6, where we're about to declare war. Yeah, cut it down to, we're going to take -1 betrayal with this faction. Fair. And it's going to be a quarter with the surrounding factions, which is also fair. We're getting a little bit off into rivalry territory with some of the neighbors. Due to the opinion drop, but it is what it is. Fight their field army, and defeat a successful battle here, we then march on the Duchy itself. Enemy forces trembled before our might and simply run away. Okay. Not what I was expecting. Expecting to have to actually fight the field battle. Enemy forces trembled before might, ran away. Yeah, okay, so we're just beating the poor army up at this point. Time to go lay siege to the city. We will lose 0, they will lose 4. We'll just accept the results. Release, and the army goes marching off, and their army is destroyed at this point. Okay. And then back at home, we're waiting for metal to pile up, mostly for upgrades. The torches are going to require metal upgrades, the hearts are going to require metal upgrades. The bathhouses we want to build after both of those are done is metal. The Grand Arena is a bunch of cutstone. It's a lot of cutstone. It's like 3,000 cutstone. And everything else is sort of stable other than wanting a little bit of migration. And at this point, it's stuck between the army if it reinforces. So we still got serial killing going on in the city. It's stuck between our capital and our army, so it's going to be basically nothing, a non-issue for the rest of the war here. We lay siege to the city. We have them outnumbered, although we don't have outnumber them enough to just storm the city, so we gotta wait. Yeah, we should have enough to siege that, and siege that city down, siege that city down. This city is probably big enough that we aren't large enough to bring more troops. Although we could always deploy another brigade or two from the capital to augment the regional troops. Yeah, and until the serial killing's done, there's not really anything to do in the capital city other than use the metal that's coming in to upgrade services. So mostly out on the world map here and watch the siege progress. Here goes 11 soldiers. My field army hasn't recruited any replacements. To be fair to our army, because they've been deployed long enough, we've actually had time to train them up a bit. They're actually pretty scary in actual training, so that's probably why the enemy just routed on seeing our force. Because it's not much larger army plus garrison relative, but it's probably well, at this point definitely more because their army's been destroyed, but Slaver, we're Dondorians. The Dondorians don't like slaves. We'll do slavery in the next run. It's extremely cold or extremely hot. It's winter, so yeah, we're having exposure. Maybe don't have enough hearths for the middle of winter without just deploying more clothing. That might be something we think about doing, is distributing more clothing. Yeah, we're having a couple people died of cold, which isn't great. They want peace. No. Realm has collapsed. Bastaton has collapsed. That's not these guys. Oh, it is those guys. They have significantly decreased, although not in a way where I can easily take advantage of it. They lost 3 in the east, and they lost basically their southwestern portion of their land. Problem here is I'd have to get to it, I have to trespass through another person. And not a small person either. And well, either them or yeah, we're gonna trespass. We'd have to trespass through something that's reasonably strong. So we're not gonna do that right now. Their army is 50% bigger than ours. Three days into the siege, and the city garrison has been reduced to half. Or reduced to a quarter. Although it is a fairly well-oiled settlement, so we're not in a position where we can take it by storm. We have to siege them down. Oh, I want to select the hearth. It's a little bit hard to do when they're full. Okay, upgrade the hearth. We're into number 8 of 12. Again, when they're all upgraded, and I think we'll upgrade them, and then we'll might add another batch around. In fact, I might start contemplating adding another batch around as is, because apparently our people a little cold. Stop there. Okay. Okay, ejecting out into the road a little bit there, but it'll probably be fine. Okay. Hopefully that level of hearthing helps. Oh, and you're going to degradation problems. That's not helping. Service value. Why are you... You're having issues getting stone. Cut stone. Where is all my cut stone going? About 400 cut stone. I'm going to tell you to pull from there because that's my central pull location. Yeah, in theory we're getting enough cut stone. It's just apparently not going to the same place. Wait, I have 400 cut stone, and yeah, I don't have any in the warehouses? It's 12 there. Oh, it's all here for whatever reason. Okay. Again, we're kind of waiting for the serial killer to die or leave. So we get our migration back again, please. And then apparently we're going to set you to pull from there because that's where all the cut stone is. Hopefully that'll help. Back on the world map, it's time. Name the victory. We're just going to occupy the place. This was basically an Amivian city, so we've... I'm not going to assume that we're going to keep the population here. Like, it should stay at 300 plus, but no guarantee on that. I'm not actually sure what I want the city to make. Probably meat. If we had the leather building, the leather might be a little tempting, but no, it's probably meat. Yeah, we'll set it to harvest meat in the meantime. Actors exploring new kind of art recently. So I get loyalty, but we're getting opinion of other factions. Or can punish them. This gives us opinion with everyone else. I don't have the cruelty to threaten them. Or I can just ignore it for the moment. We're just gonna ignore it for the moment. Hopefully they not have any diplomatic issues in the meantime. Okay, we're gonna hang out here, obviously, until the devastation goes away. At which point the region should be stable enough with no taxes that we can safely move to the next region. Okay. So we're going to hit X here. I'm going to find a human. You're going to be ennobled. So the humans have a noble. And then the human noble was the woodcutting one, so we put him back on woodcutting. Give him a promotion. And we're good. Yeah, this is one that will be stable over 300, but it's not stable over 300 without probably dipping below 300, which is why we're not upgrading this right now. And if you we got our army basically on the main road junction, so even if they do pull another army out of their butt, they are... Oh, and... Okay, so because we took the capital of that faction, I guess the faction broke up. Doesn't exist anymore. Wasn't mentally prepared for that eventuality, but that is what happened. Okay. So the war is technically over. On the other hand, that does mean we need to rush to take these places over. So as soon as this place is stable enough that I think we can safely leave it alone, we should move on to the next target. Or someone else comes in to take these. The Kraken port, because of its moisture, is the priority of the two. The one we go for first. See, we did drop below 300, which is what I was expecting. We'll rise back up to 300. At which point we'll be able to expand the town building and get more services here. But until then, we have to accept, because the Amivians are moving out and the other populations are moving in, is basically what's happening. Okay, the devastation's gone. Let's go move into Kraken Port. In theory, the city might be a little disloyal in the meantime, but I think we should be fine. Okay, we're going to manually command this. It's 130 versus 724, because they're sallying forth from the fortress. We would have technically won on the auto-resolve, but I didn't want to lose 300 soldiers in a battle that should be fairly easy to win. So the top unit is our cavalry, yeah. Select the line. It's the wrong way around. And then we'll deploy the cavalry on the right flank where it's more open. And then we start the battle. Are they going to come to us, or do I need to go to them? They're going to come to us. Okay, press enemy charges. Charge of the cavalry. Now, I think we've got their forces surrounded, so it's just a matter of time. Flanks compromised. Flanks not compromised as much on that one. Being surrounded, yeah, that's not exactly feeling. Okay, that one broke. Let's just free up that unit for attacking. Get another unit more surrounded. They're now feeling surrounded. Yeah, unit broke. There we go. Tyrant immune breaks for 724. The auto resolve was telling us we could lose 300. I think that was a good exchange. And we are chivalric. We will release the captives. Go lay siege to the city. Yeah, waiting for the devastation to go down was the correct move. Loyalty is neutral or positive. And we occupy the city. Same sort of logic here. We want to wait for the city. Devastation to go away before we go run down the other city. We take the village upgrade. The target population is now 775. There might be enough people here. No, it'd still be a gamble. There might be enough people there, but I'm not going to gamble on it. Here is going to be special. Because of the very high hydration here, we're going to actually try to build this one up. That takes the target up to 900, so that's already enough for us to go up 2 tiers. We have a bunch more workforce. If I were just to jump to that tier, what is roll the growth at it? We're not gonna retain enough. Yeah, so no, not for the moment. We're gonna get enough growth that we can do that sort of thing, but we're not initially gonna have it. We need the devastation to go down. We need the Amoebians to move out and the rest to move in. Okay, the serial killer has moved out. Oh no, the malice hasn't gone completely away yet, so we need to get a little bit more time. But yeah, the city should start to recover, and our severe shortage of odd jobbers should recover. Bandit. I'm not going to immediately pay this, although I am tempted. Set that speed down to 0. This is Dreadpack Kubernick. "45 soldiers. We'd outnumber them 10 to 1. No, I'm not paying you. The city garrison should be able to do 10 to 1. They're not that bad. Or at least I don't think they're that bad. I might be wrong. Your subject's nothing but Zunderkite? Okay. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna try to fight them with the city garrison. Hopefully that's enough. Again, we outnumber them 10 to 1. I know the field army wouldn't have a problem, but the garrison might. Okay, we're inflicting casualties. We're taking casualties, but inflicting them as well, which is a good sign. We're definitely in a more capable position to absorb casualties here. Flanks compromised, feeling surrounded. Flanks compromised, less surrounded in this case. And then they've got their cab, which is flanks compromised just from the raw number we've got going. Good to see. There we go. Got one unit to break. It was the cavalry that broke. Smaller, or get the unarmed one to go. Try to get that one in the rear. There we go. Lost 55 to kill 45. I think that was definitely worth not paying the ransom. Even though losing 55 guys when we're 330 something odd jobbers short is painful. The once mighty dread pirate lies dead at your feet. 500,000 denarii in the treasury. Yeah, drop below 300 here again. That's what we were expecting. Whoops, what was that? Another killing. Okay, so the bloody serial killer isn't gone yet. Serial killers are continuing, and it's not good for the city. For some reason, people don't want to move to a city with serial killer running around. Once the devastation here drops to 0, we're going to go after the last one. Success. After being punished and reminded of your recent deeds, your actors... I didn't actually punish them, but okay. Gain the opinion bonus with the other factions. Subjects are not impressed by the sudden change of tune, but the decision falls squarely on them, not on you. Okay. Oh, I don't like that. Go deal with that now. Someone else is going for the city! No! Ah, too late. Lost our opportunity. Opportunity half passed. I'm a little tempted just to run through these guys now that we've got a colleague deal with them and sort of suffer the consequences of trespassing. Filthy worms submit their demands or there will be dire consequences. No. This is these guys. Okay, so we've defeated one person, so the game is like, you need a new rival, and these guys are teeing up to be the new rival, I think, is what's happening here. We're going to tell them no. They're not going to declare on us over one demand. They're probably just going to break the treaty, the trade treaty. Oh, they're probably going to break the colleague deal is what's going to happen. I'm probably going to drop from colleague to trade. Decline the offer. Okay, that's maybe a better argument not to be going trespassing on someone if we're running the risk of being invaded. Oh dear. We're not giving them that stuff. Oh, that's the people we just got a colleague deal with are going to go break the deal. Okay. Okay, so the concern there is that they're both going to declare on us at the same time. We let that sour. Yeah, so this one's going to naturally get back up to 300. Oh, it's effectively naturally up to 900. So we're definitely going to be able to expand that one again. And even this one's going to naturally get back to 300, so... These regions, we just gotta wait and they'll be ready to go again for more expansion. Yeah, we haven't upgraded the trade, the Workers Guild enough. Oh no, we actually got one workforce here. Rounded up over 1. But yeah, we're kind of waiting for the serial killings to end so we can have more people migrate into the city. Because we have it set to 3,100, so we've got like 500 Dondorians missing from the city because the happiness isn't high enough due to, you know, serial killer running around. People not wanting to migrate to a place with a serial killer. Which, you know, I get. I don't blame them for that, but... I'm a little tempted to import some metal to get this upgrading going faster. Oh, the alternative is I could import ore. I think that's what's the holdup on the deliveries. On the metal making. Depot, can I squeeze one in here? Not in the little hallways I gave myself down here. Things that have to be like up here. Actually, you know what? I'll block down on this end. So I've got 3 metal smelters next to each other. So if I just do import depots, one there and one there. When this get built, I'm going to import ore and coal directly to them. And then tech-wise, we have some knowledge. I might delay taking more services and think about upgrading down here. So, organization, we're probably going to want that. Skilled workforce. We'll reevaluate whether or not I want to pick skilled workforce 2 up. The answer probably is yes. We actually hit the Mivian target, which is 240. At this point, we probably want to actually set the target up to 255. Let's set this a little bit higher. 255. So the serial killer is still running about. Although this is setting us up for a good population growth cycle, because what's really holding us up right now is that we don't have happiness, which is being reduced by the serial killing. Once that's gone, loyalty will jump up and be in a position for a lot of migration. Okay. Guessing it's the ore, so we'll say the first one up is ore. And we'll aim for a target of 20% stockpile, because we're producing it locally, so we shouldn't need to actually import much, but same with the coal. Set up for 20% target. I might actually go a little bit higher than 20%, because apparently that's not even enough to get the imports rolling on those. Go up to 50 then. basically the plan being is Sicilin out or in. Ore and coal in to get these working so we get more metal. Now on the world map, how goes the growth? You're not at 300. You're approaching that reasonably quickly. And your end target's actually 900 something, so... Once we get the next one, we'll be able to take... at least be able to take that one. Again, more workforce across the realm, which actually, in the short run, if I don't actually build anything with it, just means more taxes. Got the loyalty here up to 100%, so we take the army out. Okay, so we'll still have a little bit of a loyalty problem here. But there's no army here unless I get a loyalty building. So the next tier, when we go up a tier, when we hit 300, is going to be the Workers Guild and the first of the loyalty buildings, I think. That's what we're going to do. Oh yeah, much better metal income. Still not super great, I think, and that's still probably hauling issues. Oh, workload is also warehouse issues. Maybe don't have enough warehouse workers in the nearby... Although, warehouse workers make sense. I've definitely got a warehouse problem. Yeah, we might actually need another warehouse over here. Yeah, so right now I think these guys are actually having to do manual delivery, which isn't helping the logistics problem. Because the warehouse isn't actually going far enough to pull over there. I don't want to expand the coverage on this one, because then it will start to pull from the unloading station down here, which we don't want it to do. The serial killing is starting to wind down, which is causing more migration. So we are starting to get people in, which is causing the odd jobber shortage to decline, which is good to see. Okay, we got everything up to minimum 1. Still want to work on 2. Suddenly I'm really low on fabric. This also does upgrade the caustic fabric. Might want more fabric production. How many fabric makers do I have? Weavers, that's a pottery. There's a tailor, which is not what I'm looking for. There's a weaver. Yeah, probably looking for another weaver. Go ahead and build another one of those. That's looking good. And we're back to having enough workers. That's actually really good to see. Although not by much. Trail goes cold, yeah. How long without new murders? The Black Widow. Has he stopped? Taken a break? Moved from the city? Who knows? Will he return? Let's hope not. Let's hope not. So that is a sign that the negative effect from the serial kill has gone away, which is good. Presumably why our population would be growing. Oh, I'm actually short on cut stone and cloth. Not on metal anymore. That's useful to know. Metal production be rising. I wonder why. Although I think we still have a holing problem. Yeah, you're still having a holing problem. Not a workload problem anymore, so workload bits at least fixed itself. Although that's partially because, right, the metal smelters are practically next door. They're the other consumer view, right? So it probably means somebody's making tools. No, apparently not. We're throttling the tool production then. Just expanded cloth production. Much happier with cloth production. I think we want to do the same with the cut stone. So let's build another masonry. Law issue. Many of your subjects do not feel safe in the capital, and there are not enough guards to investigate every crime and show presence. Your guard captain has come to you with a bold proposal. Solve every crime. If a crime remains unsolved for 48 hours, your guards will just grab the most likely suspect, and some of them we're already doing. The population will feel a lot safer, but hardened criminals may notice what's going on and act with impunity. Never mention this again or accept the proposal. Lawfulness gets worse, but law gets better. So law is how people feel about it. Lawfulness is how many crimes are happening. So it would basically be double the crime rate, but all the crime fighting effectiveness is doubled. We're gonna say never mention this again. Again, that might be an interesting thing to do if you're going like a slavery build, where you just accept that more people are going to be committing crimes, so you have more excuses to enslave people. So that's not what we're aiming to do here. City. Okay, so we take the size increase on you. That gives us 7 more workforce, so we can take the size increase on the workers' office. And we'll take the stands, let's say. We're still slated to go over 600, so we're still slated to be able to take the next size. And that has resulted in us rounding up to +1 work in a bunch of places. Which, to be fair, by itself isn't really enough to do anything with, but... Oh, of course, getting more people moved in has lowered the food days. I'm looking at access, and I'm like, what is declined in access? The answer is food days. Mostly. Oh, a little bit of drink serving as well. There apparently isn't enough drink to drink for 4,000 something people. Yeah, it's not quite enough knowledge. Although, if we don't pick anything up before we hit 4,500, we'll have enough for the well. So I'm not going to look to spend that 70 knowledge right away. We do need to upgrade the... besides the... Oh, Master Brewer's is dead. Okay. We're gonna promote another one of... And this is why I'm doing it with manually, is to make sure that we get the right... That looks like a Dondorian and not a... Oh, because that's the weird. Yeah, I got a lot of Dondorians in the place that should be fully worked out by... No, the breweries are supposed to be operated by a particular type of worker, and they're not being. You have a priority set up wrong. Priority set up wrong. Bakeries and breweries set to max. Okay. Baker and breweries not set to max. You shouldn't be working there. Okay, so where am I? It's a Dondorian. I think it's Dondorians working on all these sites, which is not what they're supposed to be doing. Brewers are supposed to be Macedonians. Where have Macedonians gone to work then? Services. For some reason they decided they were services. Okay. Thank you, Noble. And then you were supposed to be in charge of the brewing, so we'll assign you to brew. There's one promotion. So priority-wise, we've set the Crotonians prioritize baking and brewing. Well, they have full priority on services. So let's actually turn their priority down on services one tick. I should get them to prioritize 100% working in the brewery. Apparently they're all working in the Weaver instead, which is not what we want, but... Do that, try to keep them out of the breweries. Okay, so now they've done that, no one's theory assigned to the breweries, which is a little weird. We'll wait today and see who travels to the breweries now. Humans. Mivians, that's definitely not right. Alrighty, system's confusing me. Okay. At least you're skilled in the ration maker, so I'm not going to complain too much there. Here, that's acceptable. Realizing I need to go manually adjust some of these to get them to go work in the right places. There you go. So you're supposed to all be working the breweries. Okay, bakeries and ration makers work fine. You can work those places too. You're only supposed to be working in, like, the lab, libraries, and administration. Cool. They're there, that's where they're supposed to be working. You're only supposed to be working the fisheries. You're now all working the fisheries. Good to see. And then this is my everywhere else workers, which is what they're now doing. Okay. And then I was in the middle process of figuring out what the upgrade for this would be. Wood, stone, and metal. We got plenty of wood, stone, and metal. Okay, so let's go through and upgrade all my torches. All the remaining torches. Because, yeah, that's going to eat metal, but we got the metal right now, so that's not a concern. And I might actually run around and do more torches after this is done. Some of our people like a well-lit society. Now, if I wasn't worried about upgrading the houses, I could just sweep the entire city, but don't want the houses upgraded right now, so gotta be careful to only hit the streets where the benches and the torches are. I do want the benches upgraded too, but I think we already did all the benches, so that shouldn't be a concern. That's it. Did here earlier, so they should all be upgraded. Looks like they are. I really probably should install some up here, but what we've got up here we've upgraded. Actually, those ones haven't been upgraded. Also looks like they might be having maintenance issues. I might want to check up hauling. These have been upgraded. These have been upgraded. These have been upgraded. Yeah, I think that's all the torches. Oh yeah, the janitor up here is having problems with cloth and that cut stone or regular stone. I think that's cut stone. Oh, there's a bit of regular stone up there as well. Yeah, so it is definitely cut stone. There's also a little bit of regular stone problem up there as well. Where did I put the janitor up here? I think we have one. Well, maybe I don't have a dedicated one for over here, and it's taken from the island. Island's having... Well, I think the island is maybe not having a janitor issue. I think it's having a delivery to the janitor issue, which we can solve. Yeah, it's a stone and cut stone issue. It's also a little bit cloth, but I can solve that. Logistics. Polar. Wait until those get built. We'll get them set up to haul the stuff over here, and then we'll go continue the look around on janitors. Because yeah, I might actually have a mismatch on the cut stone here, actually due to the fact that we've got lots of maintenance that's not being done, apparently, which is a big no-no. I'm gonna have to put a closer warehouse, I think, for that. Well, that's where all my cut stone is, apparently. Which isn't maybe surprising. Or all my normal stone is, cut stone. And then you need cloth. That's one of the bigger ones with cloth. That's probably not the best place to pull it from, but that's where we're going to pull it from. It's probably a better place because we just added a new beaver close by. Yeah. Okay, so if that successfully hauls the stuff over, we should see the janitor doing a much better job cleaning that stuff up. And the question is, where's all the cut stone actually going? There, all the cut stone is in that delivery house. Okay. Okay, looking at the time, I should put a part break in here before we do any more recording. We took over that 2 territories. That's good to see. We're waiting for this one to grow, and we're waiting for this one to grow. When this one hits 300, we'll be able to expand it, get more workforce. When this one hits 600, we'll have more workforce and can potentially expand the worker's office more. For 13 more workforce. Which is about what we're going to get on the next one. So we could, in theory, get this to be a full Royal Workers Academy to get the full realm-wide plus 10% workforce bonus. Which I think would be reasonably valuable. Yeah, so that'd be the equivalent of like 2 more workforce here. If we can get to hit like 3 in some places, we can do the tier 1s in a few places to get a few more percentile, which wouldn't be terrible. Requirements have not been met. What am I missing for those guys to come in? They want more statues. And then we could have the Cantors move in. Interesting. Might think about that in the future. Cantors are mythical giants. A few of them that remain are primarily found in the north. They excel in battle, but are difficult to obtain and please. Apparently the only thing that's stopping us from moving them in is we don't have any statues, which would be easy enough to fix. They're in, have enough population, have no slaves. They don't appreciate slaves. Apparently they don't... Kind of implies they should care about the temple there, but I think it's not having the wrong type of temple. What would be opposed to us. And then Argonash is... We're not going to be able to run both of them, obviously, at the same time. Argonash is the opposite. They still want the... Oh, they want the opposite religion. They want a lot of food days. They're really interested in food, and they want humidifiers. When we do the slave option, which I think is what we're going to do for the next run, slave-centric one, we'll probably bring these guys in. We'll see. But yeah, the realm grows. We may... Oh, we're back to actually having happiness high enough that the Dondorians are willing to move in. So I may look into having more Dondorians move in. We'll think about it next one. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I can take a short break here so I can get up, stretch the legs, and sip some tea. And then we'll be back to record probably 2 more recording sessions, although we'll put a break between them. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and or stream, and bye for now.